Hello, everyone. It's just so beautiful today, and I had to come out for a walk and just stop at one of my favorite places. Let me turn it around and show you a little nature break here. I don't know if you can hear the birds in the background, but I wanted to talk about asking for help and asking people to do things that you need, right? Accepting that. And why we may not do that, right? There's a lot of us that don't ask for what we need when we need it. And we're talking about in my Parenting Pause class this week about childhood strategies that we came up with. This is one of mine. Not looking for support when I need it, trying to do it myself, trying to learn all the things I need to do to get it done. And that was a survival strategy that I learned as a child because I didn't have a lot of extra support from my parents. They were busy, they had 5 kids, they were working, they were trying to run the house, they had their things. They were limited human beings. So I, as the oldest child, that was one of my strategies. I'm going to get it done myself. I'm going to be independent. And it didn't always serve me the best. I have done a lot of things on my own. So there are a lot of benefits to it. And there are also a lot of drawbacks to it because I will go far too long without asking for support or looking into what my weaknesses are, asking somebody else to do those things, okay? So that's a very vulnerable place to be. Vulnerability keeps us from looking for support. I wrote about this in my blog this week. And the reason this came up so fresh right now is I was at the grocery store yesterday and just, doing my weekly grocery shopping, nice without kids. I could just kind of relax a bit. And I noticed a man in a wheelchair with a basket on his lap, right? And he's just kind of going back and forth. He's in the coffee section. He's got a couple different kinds. And I see him kind of looking up high. And I think to myself, I don't know if he's going to ask somebody if he needs to reach something. So, he's kind of going back and forth. And I'm getting that feeling that he would like something, but he's not asking. And so I start to move further down the aisle, and he starts to go to a different section too, away from the coffee. And then I turn around and I say, "Hey, do you need help reaching anything?" And he said, "Oh yeah, if you don't mind, I do." And he brought me back to the coffee section, right? And he's like, "That one right up there, I'd like to see that." So I grab it. And he says, "Thank you." He's like, thank you. Like, I didn't want to bother you. And all these different things, like apologizing for asking for help. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I said to him, don't worry about it. Anytime, just reassuring him that, there are people here to get what you need, right? That's a limitation that he has, right? Like, obviously, if you're in a wheelchair, you're not going to reach things that you can't reach. That's one type of limitation. And it was shocking to me as I went on with my shopping experience that even someone, I don't know his story, I don't know how long he's been in the chair, even someone with a limitation like that, the store is obviously not built for him. There are what's the word I'm trying to think of? There are tools and strategies in place for people with limitations, with a disability, with limited abilities. So that is an extreme case of just how shocking it was that he was so nervous about asking for what he needed and thought he was putting me out. I'm shopping too. I can easily reach up and grab something for somebody. I have the ability. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about this because, in motherhood and in my Parenting Pause class, we're going through some of the strategies we developed as children. We don't know that we did, and it can a lot of times be unconscious, and it takes a lot of unpacking and coaching to discover some of these. But we can be conscious of them, and we can make shifts in them if we want to, like asking for support, reaching out for things that are our weaknesses. In my coaching business, getting coaches when I need coaches, asking somebody to make me something online, like a marketing image. Someone's working on a workbook for me, things that I don't enjoy doing. I'm not very good at it. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not a very good copywriter. I can work with other people where that is their strength. No different in motherhood, right? Like, I am a teacher. I was a teacher. I still am a teacher. I love to teach. I am not strong in the public school environment. It is not a good environment for me. I thrive in other places. I thrive outside as an outdoor educator. I thrive in preschool where there's lots of playtime and I can work with the children on navigating relationships and conflict resolution. I am not a high school teacher. Okay, I'm not a middle school teacher. We all have strengths. And early on in my teaching career, I understood that I needed to look for support on behavior management, on calming myself first in the classroom, those kind of things. So when you are ready for support, start to look outside for it. Accept that you have strengths and weaknesses. Accept that everybody asks for support at some times in their life. And also accept that need for support changes with time. We get very set in our ways. So like I said, I don't know how long that man had been in the chair, but maybe it was a new thing for him. And asking for support, right? Asking for help with things. It was maybe a conditioning he had gone through at an early age when he wasn't in a wheelchair, that he had to be independent. I mean, there's a lot of independence I can gather that you have to learn when you're in a chair. So I don't have that experience. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here. I do want to remind you that I have my parenting coaching, and I also have my full course listings on my website, TanyaMilano.com. Right now, I am running 7 days yoga challenge, which is free. So you can go on Instagram or in my Facebook group, Conscious Moms Facebook group. You can find the links for that if you'd like some support on some yoga practices, some mindfulness. I'm your girl for that. So I do have lots of support available. If you are ready and you're looking, go to TanyaMilano.com. I will see you soon. Have a great day and enjoy the spring weather. I love it. Bye for now.